Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's been a hot minute since I've just made a video about random things that I hate, and so today I'm going to be talking about more things that I hate. Let's get started. So the first thing that I hate is a deep-rooted hatred that comes from my childhood, and that is the Charmin Bears. Charmin Bears, however you say it. I hate those little motherfuckers. Maybe it's just because as a kid I always felt awkward watching these bears talk about toilet paper and what they use to clean their asses, but the commercials are just never that funny or that cute to me, and they don't make me feel like I need to run down to Walmart and pick up that specific brand of toilet paper, okay? I don't like their smug little faces, the way that they feel the need to brag about the fact that they've been wiping their own ass and that their toilet paper is soft and feels nice when they do so. They're bears. They live in the woods. I don't need the opinion of bears. I need the opinion of me. And I don't care what they have to say, and they annoy me. What do you want at this point? It's irritating to me, and I hate them. Stick to the woods where you can run into random women. I don't know what to tell you.
An ultra soft, smooth tear has wavy edges.
It's no ordinary.
Next thing that I hate is characters in like TV shows and stuff who just randomly show up and then are never acknowledged ever again. This was back when I was rewatching Little House on the Prairie. It just irritates me. There's several episodes where Laura happens to make a little friend and they're besties, and then we never see that character again. There was this one episode where Laura met this little girl named Olga at Nellie's party. One of Olga's legs was shorter than the other one, and Pa ended up making Olga a like custom shoe so that she could walk on both feet, and it was a really touching and moving moment. They were besties, and then guess what? You never saw Olga again. There was an episode where there was this girl named Anna who had a stutter, and she became besties with Laura, and there was this whole issue because Laura stole Nellie's music box, and she had to stop being friends with Anna because Nellie wanted her to, because she stole this box and she was having terrifying dreams that she was gonna be arrested for stealing this music box. We never see Anna again. I get that in this particular show it was Prairie Days, maybe they moved on, found a different prairie to live in, but a lot of shows do this, like you'll meet somebody and then you'll never see them again, and it's like, where'd they go? I just wish when like characters and things change like that, they'd be addressed rather than them just disappearing from existence. Another thing that I hate is people who say they're allergic to something when in reality they just really don't like it. I had an issue with a customer where they came up to my grill and were like, make sure you get no mushrooms on there, he's deathly allergic to mushrooms. And so I was like, oh, no problem, like if you're allergic I'll scrape the grill for you, make sure there's no traces of mushrooms anywhere. And the two men just start cracking up and laughing at me, and the other men made a joke. He's like, oh yeah, while you're at it, he's deathly allergic to steak, you might as well give me his steak too. And I felt dumb and stupid. Maybe this was more so an issue with customers telling jokes than it was pretending to have an allergy. And I'll be clear, I don't think allergies are funny. I don't think it's something to fuck around with, and I don't think people who say they have allergies are automatically lying. But at least with me personally, you don't need to tell me you have an allergy if you simply just don't like something. Because the thing is, at my job, if you ask me to scrape the grill, I'll scrape the grill. You don't have to have an allergy for me to do so. However, claiming you have an allergy when you don't causes unnecessary panic over other things. I'm never the type of person who's gonna fuck around with other people's food. Like I said, even if you just tell me you don't like something, I'll ensure that it's not there. I'll clean the grill, whatever you want. But don't make me panic for thinking you have an allergy and then mock me for being concerned about your alleged allergy. Moving forward, the trope where pets die in horror movies. It needs to stop, it's irritating. It gets to the point where I can't click on a horror movie and see a pet without instantly knowing their fate. It's especially sad because oftentimes pets are the smartest ones in those situations, faithfully trying to warn their owners that there's some freaky shit going on in the houses, but yet they're always the ones that are killed, and they have to die to showcase just how fucked up things are. I don't know what the point of it is either. You can showcase that there's ghosts in a house without murdering the family dog. No, I get it's gut-wrenching and it's trying to be like, oh yeah, the spirit's fucked up. Yeah, stop killing the pets in horror movies for me. I don't want to see it anymore. I think, or the cat in Smile, that was actually devastating, and I actually cried and I had to hold my cat for like 10 minutes. I saw one horror movie or thriller where the pet didn't die, and I think it was called Hush, and it was about this woman who was deaf who was fighting off an intruder. The cat did not die in that one, spoiler alert, and I was thanking the heavens that it didn't. Because I think pets need to stop dying in horror movies, and you can make your point that things are scary without killing the pets. Moving on. I hate the rule that restrooms are for customers only, or you can only use the restroom if you pay. Now obviously if it's like a private closed off business, obviously no, I don't think you should just walk in and use their restroom. But if you're like a fast food joint or like a store in a huge public area, I don't think you should be able to limit customers the right to use the restroom. And I understand some of the reasons behind it. Sometimes it's for like hygiene purposes, to make sure there's not just a million people going in and trashing the place, or to make sure like no one's going in there to steal stuff or, you know, do anything like that. And it's to sort of keep track of who's all going in there and stuff. But people can't help it if they have to use the bathroom, and I think it's ridiculous to say, oh, you have to pay for one of our products in order to use the restroom. I personally think it's a stupid rule in most cases and scenarios. This one is probably going to piss off a lot of people when I say this. I can already feel the comments, but I hate when people freak out over celebrity like interactions and like comment sections and stuff, whether a celebrity comments on one of your TikToks or like they reply to a comment you make on one of theirs, and then instantly all the comments are like, oh my god, you replied, thank you so much, you replied. And then all the comments are like, oh my god, she replied, oh my god, he replied, oh my god, he's in the comments, or oh my god, he commented on your video, oh my god, he commented on your video. Listen, I get the hype to an extent. Every time a celebrity or influencer has somewhat even acknowledged my existence, I've screenshotted it and I've saved that for my records because I think it's really cool. But it just personally makes me cringe when I see those type of things, because I'm like, they're still people. I know sometimes celebrities don't always feel like people or act like people, but they are. And I'm sure it's a little awkward, like every time they comment on something, to just be met with 1,000 replies, oh my god, it's you, oh my god, it's you. And that's not to speak for everybody. Maybe they love that, maybe they enjoy that. It just personally doesn't sit right with me. And obviously I'm not an influencer, so I don't know, but I feel like I'd be really irritated if I couldn't even comment on anything without everything being like, oh my god. And I don't fault people for being excited. Obviously celebrities are special people, and it's cool when they acknowledge your existence. But maybe dial it back when they do, because that personally make me just never want to reply to anything ever again. That still might be completely my opinion. I know some people are going to be like, well, obviously I'm going to get excited if a celebrity. Yeah, I know you are. I would too. It still just doesn't sit right with me, and it irritates me. Another thing, while we're on the topic of like influencers and celebrities, I guess, another thing that I hate is, in this day and age, people feel the need like you either have to be like someone's #1 fan, or you can't be a fan at all. Like if someone's like, oh yeah, I love Chapel Row and she's like exciting recently, then everyone's like, oh yeah, really? Name every single one of her songs. Like what's 3 of her songs? What's this? Or if you wear a shirt with a band on it, everyone's like, yeah, do you know 5 songs? Do you know 5 songs? Like, are you really a fan? Were you there on their first video that they uploaded to YouTube 14 years ago? Were you? And it irritates me. I don't think being a fan of somebody means you have to know every single piece of information about them. I don't think it means you have to like every single thing they do. I think you can say you're a fan of somebody if you just like one song that they created. You can say, oh yeah, I'm a fan. I don't think being a fan has to mean you know everything and you love everything they do and you listen to and consume everything they do. You absolutely can. Have I heard every single one of Chapel's songs? Do I watch every single one of her interviews? Absolutely. But I think even if your favorite song of hers is her most trending song at the moment and you just love that and you're like, oh yeah, I'm a fan, you're still a fan. I think you can wear a shirt with a band on it without knowing every single one of the band songs in existence. Maybe the album on your shirt is your favorite. Maybe the song referenced on the shirt is your favorite. And I'm honestly so irritated with people constantly trying to gatekeep celebrities and act like they're the only ones who can like celebrities and that you have to know everything about everybody just to be a fan. Because in my opinion, you don't. Obviously certain types of music are more directed towards certain types of people, and like the trend where Youngblood's song Parents was trending, but people were trying to take that and twist that and be like, what was the lyric in it that everyone was like, I was born in a mess up century. Yeah, that. And people were using that to literally like hate on the LGBTQ plus community, and obviously then people in the comments were like, you don't even know Youngblood. You're like, this is not what this song's about. Yes, please step in. Tell those people they aren't fans if that's the case. There's some cases where you don't want some people supporting different types of music, but in the long run, I don't care if you only know one song of this artist. You can say you like them. You don't have to know every piece of information about a person to be a fan, and I hate that people try and make that a thing these days, and that they try and twist it to that you have to. It's super annoying. Just let people like what they like. You don't have to be too strict about it. It's fine. And the last thing I hate for this video is teens out in public who just think they're so funny. I have seen a lot of TikToks like regarding the service industry, like making fun of like the teenagers in line who like laugh while they order and think it's the funniest thing ever. But I hadn't witnessed that firsthand in a long time. I did a little bit when I was at my McDonald's job, because I brought in all types of different people, but I hadn't really witnessed it in my job. Honestly, the younger people that I encounter at my job right now are some of the friendliest, most polite. Like most of our teenagers we have are super sweet, and it's the older people who throw tantrums and cause problems. However, I recently encountered these two teenagers who came through the line. They were like obviously laughing. They were staring at the phone, turning and laughing at each other. They were even making comments about me while they were like standing off in line while I was preparing their food, like after they'd been cashed out. They were like whispering about my hair because it's split dye, and I specifically heard them whisper about something like, the hair's 2 colors, I don't like that. And I'm like, all right, like I'm just here to give you your french fries. It's not that deep. But the way they were acting, like ordering and like paying for the food is the funniest thing ever. It's not. And I was a teenager once. I did stupid things. But let me tell you, every time my friends and I went out in public, we ordered our food and we sat down. We did go out in public looking rather stupid, and we looked stupid while we were ordering, but we never laughed at the people who were serving us or acted like it was hilarious, because we were just ordering food. And it's really not that deep. And in my opinion, if you can't order food for yourself, then you shouldn't. That's not even intended to be an insult. Like if you're too anxious to order your food and it's going to be an issue for you, don't. Find someone who can. Order online. The same as when people try and force their literal like toddlers to order what they want. Sometimes I'm sitting there like, what was that, sweetheart? What was that? Like kind of asking the parent to just tell me what they want, and they don't. I understand that parents are trying to teach independence, but don't do it in my line, please. Or have a conversation with them beforehand about what's to be expected. Don't just pick up your toddler and be like, here you go, figure out what they want, you know? Like these two teenagers I encountered were literally sitting there laughing. I was just trying to cash them out. I'm like, all right, were you guys paying together, separate, together? All right, cool. I asked them whatever questions I need to. Your total is this. They're like, okay. Then one of them was getting their Apple Pay ready, turning to the other one, like whispering, laughing, texting on their phone. I had other customers clearly behind them waiting. They're just standing there laughing at each other, talking to each other, not looking at me while they finally get their Apple Pay ready, trying to finalize their order. I try and like hand them their stuff. They're not paying attention to me. It is still disrespectful to me. I think when you're a teenager, you're old enough to know better. And of course, when they left, their table was completely trashed. They left their sandwich boxes on the table, crumbs everywhere, their drink cups half full on the table. It's not funny to me. I know that they think they're being like so cool ordering for themselves or whatever, but it's just cringy and it irritates me. So that is all of the things I hate for this video. That is going to be all for this video, and I'll see y'all in my next.